Okay, so let's start this new vibe coding session or coding session, however you want to call it. And these are these are one-shot sessions in the sense that I don't edit anything. I leave everything in the session. So this is my way to I don't know, like share how you can make your own web apps, like see all of the errors that they can go that can happen when you are working on your own app, web app, and in development as well as in the production in the live server. I share everything like my thought process, the errors, how I'm thinking about how to solve it or do something that I want to implement in here or add a feature, remove something, everything. And I do this like in this one, like without editing the file, the video, because I want to show like really show what goes behind closed, like behind when you are developing, because when we see a tutorial, well, usually we see like the end product or something that's really polished. That is not what I'm trying to achieve in here. I really want to share everything, if that is going to help you. And if it is, please let me know. Send me a message, leave me a comment, or however you want to get in touch. So what else? Okay, so a little reminder or housekeeping. I usually do these sessions live, and I'm stream them through YouTube and X. Right now I cannot do that because I'm in vacations, I'm traveling, and I don't have good upload speed, and also I don't have, like, even the download speed is it's not good. And also, well, I record the sessions. I don't edit or leave anything like out. And when I finish the sessions, I just upload it. And actually, it takes like 8-9 hours to upload. 1.5, 2 hours, 2.5 hours session. So as you can see, it takes time. And also, it is intermittent in the sense that the internet can go, or it's not uncommon for it to go, and then it comes back. So if I was streaming and the internet goes, I'm not going to, well, the stream is not going to be good. So that's why I'm doing these live sessions. I don't want to stop doing this, but I also don't have the best internet. So this is like the balance method that I'm doing to continue working on my project, sharing it with you, and that's the way I'm keeping myself active during the vacation. So the previous session, we left it with an error. This is actually the error that we had, the one that is in here. Actually, I haven't researched anything or not even read the error. I want to do everything in this like in these live sessions, this recorded session, and so that I can show you everything. Actually, I haven't moved anything in here. This is my how do you say it? My streaming desktop. So I'm not moving anything in here, just to continue where we left it. So right now, I'm just going to create a session with the server. So for that, I'm going to move this from here because is something that I cannot share because there are some secrets in here. So basically, I'm making an SSH connection with the server. So it is a command in Linux, and I'm making this session. So now I'm just going to move this in here again. And this is the right now I'm in my server again. So basically, I run this command and with other parameters to log into the server. Okay, so let's go to so this app, it is made with Adonis. Adonis is a complete web framework that allows you to make a web app using just JavaScript. Not just JavaScript, but using mainly JavaScript, using TypeScript for the front end, for the browser, but also for the server. So I think that is a good way to develop because, well, depending on how you send it to production, it can be really fast. And also, someone that knows JavaScript from the front end could also work in the back end with using the same language. I think there are some differences from when you are working on the front end than in the back end, but mainly it's the main, like it's mainly the same language. It's the same language, but there are some, like there could be some differences, mainly on how you think about the problems and the issues of how you are working. So that is why we're using Adonis, and so the server to maintain the app working. So if I click in here, like reload, okay, let's see if it doesn't take me out. So why is it taking some time? Actually, this is not common, so it's usually really fast. So I'm going to log in. I think this is the user. So just let me log in and just allow me a moment. Let me get this. So let's sign in. Okay. So let me reload. As you can see, it's really fast. And what I want to tell you, okay, so this is keeping, so the web app is maintained live using the server, using mainly Node, so Node.js, but also PM2, okay? So PM2 has this, how do you say this? It runs the services, okay? So it maintains this live. If that service crashes for anything, it restarts it, and it's a way to maintain your app live. So in PM2, I have this web app, and we can see how it's, I think with status. Okay, so I can do this. Okay, so we can see the logs for this web app using the same service, PM2 logs 0, and in here we have the we are in the logs for this service. Okay, so we need to work on these things. I'm going to work on that, so let's do it right now. So we have, this is a new announcement, and let's go in here. I just want to see where is this console log showing. So we can go in here and search for this. So let's search for this, and it is in here. Okay, yes, so it's been console logged. So I'm going to remove it, and when I upload this, we're going to do it in a moment. This is not going to happen again, okay? But right now, if I go in here and I make another request, I'm going to, well, if there's an error or something like that, it's going to show in here. So let's do it. So let's try to make a blog post with this video. It can take a while because right now it's getting the video, it's transcribing it using AI, and when it's transcribed, it's going to create an article. This should give an error because I haven't made any changes. So as you can see in here, we have an error. So let's start working on this, okay? So what is it telling us? So, okay, so another thing, if we go to console log in here we are not having any error. Why? Because the errors in here are the ones that are generated by the browser. In here, these are the errors that are being that we are getting in the server. So there are differences, and that's why we are not having the same errors in here. So let's work with this. So as you can see, I think we have another, okay, so part union. So let's analyze what's going on in here. So what's the file that's giving me the error? So it's Gemini service at line 32. So let's open our code and let's see what's happening in Gemini service. So let's open Gemini service, line 32. So the error it's in here. Okay, so let's see. Part union is required. Okay, so what is happening? Okay. Oh, let me see. Let me see if I have the correct environment variables in the server. I cannot show that because those are the API keys, the secrets, there could be any password in there. So I really need to do that, not showing those things because those are live, live production and live keys. So I'm just going to move this in here. So let me check it. So let's go to okay. Okay, so now we have an error. So, okay. And let's see if, let me see my file. So let's compare them. So right now I'm comparing the ones that do work with the server just to see if there's a difference. Okay. Okay. Okay, so okay. Okay. Okay, so it looks like I do have the correct API keys. So maybe that's not the error, but I'm just going to make some changes in here just in case. Okay. Okay. So let's return this and this one as well. Okay. Okay, so let's run this again. Okay, so part union is required. We're going to analyze what is part union. Okay, so what we can do in here is just copy this. So what we can do several things. Okay, so I can do this like lines and show more lines. I don't know, 70 lines, and we're going to see more errors. Okay, so the first one was this one. So we can copy this and we can go to Cursor and for example, we can add this to the context. And let's see, and tell it like getting this error. getting this error. And this is the vibe coding. This is the vibe coding aspect of these sessions, or how I usually work. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of coffee. Okay. So let's see. Let's see if I can. So let's go to. Okay, let's see if I can do. So this is like npm install, but it's a little bit more secure. So let's see if I can solve this. Okay, so we need to also work on these vulnerabilities. And I'm going to work on this. I want to write it so that I don't forget it. So I'm going to solve or fix vulnerability npm packages vulnerabilities. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's see if this. So let's see if it added anything. So yes, it added 839 packages and audited 840. But I don't know if those are new packages or not. So let's see. Let's reload this. Okay, so we can also so we can restart this service and do this again. So let's ask for this. So I'm just going to make a blog, a simple prompt in English. Let's see. Let's see if this does anything different. So if there's an error, it is going to be shown in here. It's going to show in here, or if it continues, if it works, I'm going to get my article in here. So right now we were seeing, okay, so we had an error, but it was a different error. Let's see. Okay, so it was a different error. We need to work. That is good. We are making some progress, but it's not the problem. It's not done. So let's see. Unexpected non-white space character after JSON at position 32, line 1, column 33. Okay. So for example, in here we can see that we got to this part of the code. So this part of the code, it's in here. So where is it? Oh, okay, I think I can. Okay. So that part of the code is this one that we just removed. So that means that that the transcription was generated. At least right now we can assume that. We're going to verify it, and also it was that there was a text output generated. Okay, so let's see if that is the case. So let's go to the database to see if the transcript was generated, because if it was generated, it was saved in the database. Okay, so let me log into the database. So I'm thinking what's the best way to do it. So no, there's no problems. Let's use that root user. I just need to get the password. Just allow me a moment. And where's the password? So just give me a moment. Okay. So we are in the database, and I just want to copy lots of things just for the password too, because there are times that I show my clipboard and I don't want to show the password because it's not going to be safe, obviously. So now we need to we're going to use the database, and we are going to describe the let me see the tables, just a moment. So let's show tables, and we are going to videos. So let's do let's describe videos. So we have the ID, the platform, the video ID, and the transcript. So let's select all from videos. Okay, so we have 3. So let's see which 3 we have. Well, let's see this one. So this should be the ID. So select where. So let's describe videos. So select all from videos where video ID equals what we have in here. So yes, we have it. So okay, so yes, this is the video. And now let's see. So we're getting over, or we're doing this successfully. Okay, the transcript was generated. So now okay, let's do some console logs just to make sure that this is working. Obtain. Okay, so in here we're going to do a console log, and this is going to be signal sent. This is something that we work in another video of these sessions. And then we're going to see the console log. And we're going to console log the text output. But I want to do something like, and I really like to do this because I can see exactly what's happening. Like, I can see like the sequence of events, I can see what's inside the variables, and that is the way that I like to do it. So, elements removed and saved, and okay. And let's do it like this. So let's commit these changes. So added some console logs. So let's commit and sync the changes. And now let's go to the database. So I'm going to go in here, go in here. Just let me get my my command, one of the commands that I'm doing to move everything from the development server environment to the development server to the production server. So okay. So let's see. So let's copy this. Okay. So it already got the changes. Now it's running npm CI. We need to work on this. This is something that we need to assess. Okay, it's going to be done. Just right now we need to make it work. And I'm going to change this, like this pipeline. I want to make it, right now it's already finished, but I have some improvements to make it a little bit faster and also a little bit more secure. Okay, it's not something like pretty critical, but I want to, well, continue improving our processes. Okay, so now we are in logs. Okay, we're seeing this again. We're going to do this, and let's make me a blog article. Okay, so let's see our logs. Okay, so the video transcript was obtained, the signal was sent. In here we are not seeing the signal, so that is something that I need to work on. I think it's something that has to do with PM2. I'm going to save it, to write it, to make sure to work on this. Signals are process signals are not being sent to the client. Maybe it can be something related to PM2 or engine X. Okay, so we got an error, as you can see in here. So let's see our okay, so this is interesting because let's see our console logs and let's see what we got in like our code. So in the code, we have these console logs. Okay, So we have the video transcript obtained, the signal sent, the text output obtained, and then we are seeing the text output. So if we see our console logs, we have this one. We have the video transcript obtained, we have the signal sent, we have the text output obtained. We are logging the text output. This is the article that was generated. And then this is all the content. Elements removed. We went through this loop. The content was saved. Supposedly, just let me verify that. Okay, so yes, that there's the content is being saved. So let me open it. So we have it in here. So I think we need to work on this. Like in here, I'm already seeing things that I don't like. So so I think that I know what's happening in here. So I think that I already know. Just let me verify in here. Oh, so I closed this. I wasn't able to see the errors, but so let's do this. Preserve log. Let's see. So I'm going to need to run this again just to see the error. Make log in English. So let's run it again so that I can see the error. I think that the error is that it's not in HTML. It's not in HTML structure, doesn't have HTML tags. So maybe that's what's generating the error. So yes, video transcript obtained again, the signal was sent, and we have everything else. The response was sent, but we have the error. So let's see. Okay. So we have unexpected non-white space character after JSON at position 32. Line 1, column 33. So we can see that we have that error in this file. If I open it, it's going to be, it's not easy to understand this, like it's really difficult. I don't know, I don't have any idea on where to start. But let's see. Let's see if I can generate this error in the development environment. So let's see F12 and let's preserve the log. Just I want to see if I reload this, that as you can see that the logs are preserved. That's because I updated that setting, and that is going to allow us to be refreshing and everything without losing our logs, because those logs are really precious to understand what's going on. Okay, so we don't have the error in here. Let's see. So this is something that we really need to be careful with, because we in our development environment is working, but not in the production environment, even though we are doing the same thing right now. And we need to work on that because it's not acceptable. It needs to work on both environments. So let's dig deeper on what's happening. Okay, so how can we find? Okay, so let me copy this and I think that's also related with the notifications. So let's see if this can help me. So let's make a new chat. So this error in the browser. Let's see if it understands that it is a build file. Okay. Okay, so I think it identified. So let's see. Let's do some console logs to our JavaScript file to see where the error can be. It's been where we have the error. Okay. So we're going to go to the in here. So I'm going to do something before the first while. So in here. So I'm going to write something like before first while loop. Then something in here, console. And this is kind of tricky sometimes in JavaScript because it may not follow the order, but it gives you an idea of what's going on with the error. So after first while, okay. So in here I want to add so this is before second while, and this is so I'm just going to copy this. Before second while, this is after. And this is going to be like this. Okay, so let's commit these changes. Added console logs to main.js to see if we can see what's like have a better idea of what's happening. So we're going to run the same thing. Okay, so this is why it's taking a little bit longer because we're using npm CI and it's deleting all of the files and then generating it, like re-downloading them and then running the install process. So those are some of the things that I want to improve in my deployment pipeline. So let's see. Now let's reload this and let's see, make me an article in English. Okay. So let's see the backend. So yes, we are. Okay. Okay, so we have an error in our first loop. So let's go, and we have an error. So as you can see, we only got to this console log before first while loop, which is this, okay? And then we got the error. So that means that our errors should be in this place, okay? So let's console log the reader stream, okay? Let's console log not this, but the reader. I don't know if that makes any sense, but let's add it, okay? So let's commit the changes, added more. So I really want to show you all of these things because that is something that if you are working on a, like, not a simple web app, but a deep web app with lots of features and things that can go wrong, this is something that you are going to go through, like the debugging stage. And maybe like there are better ways to do this, but this is the way that really works, and it's something that's going to work with AI and without AI, and it's something that's always going to be there. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. Hopefully it's going to work to help you. Okay, so let's reload this. Let's say the same thing, make me an article in English. So let's convert this, and we are already in here. So actually this is using API tokens, and it's generating a cost because of all the tests that we are doing. It is live. It is using the real API from Google. So maybe I'm going to do some changes just for this to be faster, and also for, well, not incurring on those expenses. Okay. So okay. So what's happening here? See how the reader stream is not working in the production environment. So we don't have the this signal in our reader stream, and let's work on this because that is what makes these notifications to work. And I have a long video about this. I made that in a development server. I didn't do it in the production server, and I should have done it. But now let's work on this. Okay, so that's why I like to, when you develop something, as soon as you can, send it to the production environment to have that feedback in the moment when you are working on each of the features. So it's faster to improve your app, and also you don't have to context switch a lot because you are working on the issue and you have fresh how it works. Now I need to remember that I do remember, but I'm going to need to remember the details, and I'm going to need to work on that like days or weeks later than when I develop it. So let's do it. There's nothing else that we can do. We need this to work, so let's work on this. So yes, this is where we got the error. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm going to, this is what we did. Add login to print out the decoded value before parsing it. This will help you see what the JSON looks like and identify any issues. Okay, so I'm going to, I can add some console logs in here to see what happened inside the while loop. Right now, I'm just going to tell the AI that this is what was console log. So I got this. So I got this. Okay. Okay, so it's telling me that, okay, so let me move my camera so that you can read what the AI is telling me. So it's telling me that the console log, that the reader stream is an empty object. So this suggests that the reader is correctly initialized, but the data being read might not be as expected. So let's see in here. So I'm going to remove this. I don't need it. I don't need this, and I don't need this. So, okay. Check the response stream. Ensure that the server is sending data in a format that can be read and decoded properly. Now that should be a valid JSON string. Okay. Okay, so I think the issue is not in there. So since it is completely white, like doesn't have anything inside it, I think there's another issue with this. So let's just, for the sake of it, add some console logs to the first while loop. So where is it? So it's main. So let's add a console log while loop 1. So inside while loop iteration, okay, like this. So this is going to be a console log. So after wait value, okay. So let's add it just for the sake of it, because we need to understand what's happening. So let's see. Added console logs. Let's commit. Let's sync. Let's pull. So I'm going to make some changes to this pipeline command to make it faster for this. Oh, I also want to do something here to make it faster. So let's, instead of waiting for this to generate the content, in here, I'm going to add it like this. And this is something that we are also going to work. So I'm going to add it. Make handle non-HTML responses. Okay. First, identify if it is HTML. This is going to be like a question. Citizen or markdown. Okay, just so that I don't forget. Added generated content, something like this. Let's sync the changes. Let's remove this. Let's pull. But I'm going to, instead of using npm CI, I'm just going to run npm stall. It's a little bit faster. It's not that secure, but right now we are developing. So I'm going to take the risk. That is not really a lot of risk. Okay, it's a little bit faster. And I'm also going to remove that in the future command, or not. No, that can give me an error. Okay, so it's giving me an error in here. Let me see if I can do. So npm run build, ignore ts errors. Oh, so I'm going to do, where is npm? I'm going to remove npm install. We don't need it right now, and it's going to be a little bit faster. Let's see if this is going to allow me to continue. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I know how it's going to fix this. So I'm just going to add something in here, like I'm just going to add it in here, like just going to log it. Just for it to stop giving me this error. Like, this is TypeScript and I just need to continue. Oh, so you're not seeing this, so let me move myself to here. So I just added this, okay? So, added some things to avoid errors, to avoid TS errors. So just so that I don't forget, remove. So this is a to-do. Remove this and this one as well. Okay. So to-do removes. And let's sync the changes. Let's run the script, the command. Let's see. And many of these things I really don't know if I'm going to be able to solve them in these sessions. It haven't happened, well, one time only, and I solve it in the next session, but it haven't happened still that I'm not able to solve something right in these sessions. But I always have the doubt. So let's go to here. Let's make me an article in English. Let's see. Okay. So now we have something more interesting in here. As you can see, okay. So let's see our how do you call it, the code, and let's see what's happening in here. So we have the before file first while loop. So we have So we need to go to main. We have the before first while loop. We have the reader, and we have the reader string that it's right now it's blank. So then we have the first while loop, and I'm logging this. This is the inside while loop iteration 1, and I'm not seeing any other like this. That means that we are okay. So I understand. Yes, I do understand what's going on. This was an error by my part. I need to work on this, but I don't see like other iterations. So that means that this loop was only run once, and we got the error on the first loop. Okay, so we have the after wait value. The after wait value, it's this. That means that is what the server sent us. Okay. As you can see, we have the video transcript obtained, and we have the generated content obtained. Okay, so we have this as a non-decoded, so a coded value. So this is the value that was sent. So then we decoded, and this is the after decode value. So we have it in here, and this was already decoded using, well, this decoder, using UTF-8. So then we are trying to parse this decoded value, and that's where we are getting that error. So yes, I do understand what's going on in here. A JSON value or a JSON string, JSON structure, a correct JSON structure can only have one of these initial brackets, curly brackets, and one of these curly brackets that inside of those things should have everything inside those strings. In this thing, that's what I think is the issue. We have one in here, and then we have another one. So there are ways in which we can work this. Let's work on this. Okay. How can I? So let me see if the AI detects the same thing as I do. So let's copy this. Let's go to the AI, and I'm going to add this to the context, and I'm going to change my camera and say I'm getting this value with the error. So let's see if it detects the same thing as I'm telling you. Okay, so yes. So it indicates that the JSON string you are trying to parse contains unexpected characters. Specifically, it seems like there are two JSON objects concatenated together without a separator, which is causing the JSON parse function to fail. So here's the problematic part of your JSON, and this is what I was telling you, these two. The issue is that there are two JSON objects back to back, without a comma or any other separator. JSON syntax requires that objects be separated by a comma if they are part of an array or another object. To fix this, you need to ensure that the JSON string is properly formatted before attempting to parse it. Here are a few steps you can make. Okay. Okay. So it's telling us things that we need to do, but not how to do it. So we're going to need to work on this in here. So what's happening is that we are writing this response, that is the first one, as you can see in here is the first one, and then, but it's not being sent to the browser, to the client. It's being sent until the end of the response. So when we get to this part of the response, the other write function was already added. that is this other object. So let's see how we can work on this. I'm going to ask something to the AI. I think that separator is the comma. Just let's verify. What's the JSON objects separ? So we need to have something that's going to work on development environment as well as in the production environment. Separator. Can I have a comma? Can I have a comma after the last JSON object? Let's see if that's going to give me an issue. Okay, so trailing commas are not allowed. So I really need to be sure that this is going to work in all of the cases, edge cases as well as normal cases. So how can we do this? So I don't know, like there are different roads that we can take to solve the issue. So for example, let's do so for example, in here I can write some, so for example, so what could be made, so let's see. So how can I solve this? Like I can add a trailing comma, but that's not going to work on all cases. I could try to not do it with JSON. That could be another way to do it. So what's the best way to do it? The thing is that JSON's really specific on how it wants its on the structure of the object. So for example, I need to think like what happens when the signals, the right these right methods, or I don't know, responses, what happens when they are sent one by one, like how it is being done in the development environment, but also what happens when they are being sent all at the same time, like it's happening in that production environment. If I add trailing commas and it's sent in the development environment, it's going to fail in the development environment, but I think it's going to work on the production environment. So, I mean, what I can do right now, it's not the best way, like, I think there are best ways to do it. And I'm going to think about it, but right now we need to continue, so I'm going to do it in this way. So for example, I'm going to do if the coded value includes, and I'm going to do this. I mean, it's not the best way, but I'm going to do it right now just to continue, and I'm going to continue thinking on this. What's the best way to handle these edge cases? So it's not edge cases, it's something that's happening on all the responses in the production environment. So it really needs to be solved in another way. So I'm going to write better way to handle write the write to better way to handle write JSON.write or response that write. Okay, when doesn't have correct JSON format. Okay, so so it includes this. I'm going to do console log found, and I'm going to add this to the beginning of the code value, okay, and then replace with a comma, and add at the end. Okay, so what this is doing, it's I'm changing the response to, if it has this thing, that is what it's telling me in here, this, I want to modify the response from this non-correct JSON value to a correct one, a JSON value with the correct formatting or strings. So, okay, so let's see if this works, just to allow us to continue, and I'm going to continue thinking on how to solve this. So, moving, so fixing JSON structure. So let's sync the changes and let's do this. I think I'm going to remove the ignore TS errors. Okay. So okay. So I'm streaming right. So what I did, maybe you didn't see it, but is this. Okay. So I added some structure verification to the value. So let's run this. Let's reload this and let's like say, make me an article in English. Oh, sorry. So let's convert this to blog post. Okay. So, okay. So we have an error in here, and the issue is that we're going to do this as a let, so that we can change it. Change the coded value from const to let, because I cannot change the value of a constant variable in with JavaScript. And let's pull the changes. Let's do it when, and let's see if we can solve this, if we can finally solve or continue with our development. Okay, so let's reload this. Let's make me an article in English. Okay. So so it should work. Let's see. Expected property. Okay. So instead of doing this, adding this, we are going to add this, because if not, it is something different. So change from curly brackets to rectangular or to straight brackets. Okay, syncing changes, and let's do this. So it takes time. It's something that we really need to, it's always going to take you some time. An article in English. So, okay. So we start. So we still have some issues. Okay. So let's, okay. So now we have another thing that we're making progress. It's just something that when you solve something, the next bug or issue pops up. So let's see, after parse value. So let's look. So, okay, so we are in here after parse value, and then it says inside while loop iteration 2. Okay, so then we went to after wait value. Okay. Okay, Okay, so what's happening here? So this is not finding this key inside the JSON, because inside the JSON value, because my JSON now it's a little bit different. This is the new JSON. As you can see, it starts and ends with straight brackets, and this is a JSON array. this is different from a normal JSON. So when a JSON is an array, this is the first element and this is the second element. There's no key. So usually a JSON, as this one, like the one that is inside this JSON array, this is like a regular JSON structure. We have a key and then we have a value. So video transcript obtained is the key and it is true. So when I go to reader stream dot video transcript obtained, we are going to the key video transcript obtained inside this JSON. So it is not finding this, so that's why we are going inside the loop again, because it's not finding this key because the JSON that we have now, it's a different type of JSON. So maybe we don't need to work. We really need to find a way to make this work, because if not, everything's going to change. I'm going to need to change everything, and I already analyzed different ways to do it, like before this, when I was working on this solution, that I have a video about that, and this was the way that really worked. So how can we do it? So I really need to think about this. Let's see. This is a JSON array because I'm adding this. Okay. So maybe I can separate this. Instead of adding a comma and changing the structure of the JSON, maybe I can concatenate the JSONs so that the keys of each one of the individual JSONs are shown or are keys in the main JSON. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. I'm going to cut it, and I want to do separate like this. Okay. So split. Okay, so we are console logging it. No, this is not working. This is not okay. No, so this is a little bit mixed. The A is getting okay. So first, I want to console log each one of the elements just to see them. So let's see, console log all the elements in the array. So let's make a loop. And let's do a line break. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Okay, so separating JSON values just like this. It's going to be understand. So let's bring the changes. So let's reload this. Okay, let's reload it. Okay, so we're in here, and let's make me an article in English. So let's convert to blog post. Okay, so this is the decoded array. Okay, so yes, look how this the first one is not ending with a curly bracket, and the first one is not starting with a curly bracket. We need to add a curly bracket to the first one, and to an ending curly bracket to the first one, and an ending and a starting curly bracket to the second one. So let's see. So I'm going to tell, this is the vibe coding stage. Add an ending to all the elements in the array except the last one. Okay. And now I need to do something like add to all the elements in the array except the first one. Okay. So let's see this. Let's see if this vibe coded correctly. So let's say curly brackets. This is not the best way. I'm confident. Like, I know that it's not the best way to do it, but we need to make it work. And then I'm going to be thinking, and what's the best way to do it so that I can add it to the app. Okay. So, and if you know how to do it, please let me know in the comments or send me a message. So make me an article. I'm just going to say it like this. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Okay, so this is still not working. Decoded value array. Okay, decoded value array. Okay, decoded value after adding this and this. We have the same thing that we have previously. So, no, yes, this is the issue with this. So instead of joining them, just joining them, that's going to give us the same thing that we previously have. I'm going to do something different. So let's see, concatenate the array as a JSON. Now with a JSON concatenate the array as a JSON. Maintaining the keys of each elements. Let's see if this works. Okay, so let's do concatenated JSON. Okay, let's see. So concatenating as JSON. Commit sync. Let's do this again. Okay, so let's reload this. Okay, so okay, this is not working. We need to this is okay. So we got the error in here, decoded value array. So we have decoded value array. We got the error somewhere in here because we are showing this. Okay, unterminated string in JSON. Okay, so the error could be in here. So let's see. Let's see this. Okay. So I like to see everything that's happening. That's why I use console log. Like, for me, it's really like I'm a really visual to understand, and I like to see this. So let's reload this, make me an article. Okay. Okay. So it was done. I don't know if that's correct. We need to make this work on all of the edge cases. But let's see, let's understand what just happened. So let's see. Look. Look how we had the decoded value array. Like this. So we have the code value after adding this. So look how it was moved from this, having the curly brackets, from not having the curly brackets in the end of the first element and at the beginning of the second element, to having them in here. That is what it allows me, or the code, to add to move to go from separated JSON strings to having them like this, having this key, having this key, and having this key. Okay, I just want to verify something. Okay. Okay, so it's not inside this key, it's a different key, so that's why it's still working. So now let's see how does this work without me having this line. Okay, so Okay. Okay. So let's remove this and let's save this so that it generates a real article. So let's see, generate a real, no, sorry, remove example response, example HTML text response. So let's sync the changes. Let's bring everything back. My coffee is almost done. So we have been an hour and a half trying to solve this issue. I mean, it's going to take some time sometimes. So let's reload this. Let's say make me an article. Let's convert to blog post and okay. So let's see. It's going to take a little bit more of time, a little bit longer, because now it's really generating the article from scratch using an AI. Gemini's Google's AI at the moment. Okay. So you can see how the content was generated. We don't have any errors. I'm going to remove all of these console logs. But we still have some things to do. For example, now this is using Markdown, and I want it to be in HTML because if you're going to be adding this to your own blog, you're probably using you're going to be using this in, like, showing this in a browser. So the browser understands HTML, so that's why I want it to be in HTML. So what I can do is, so for example, we can kind of force it to use to make something with HTML using the, like, search, like looking at this / prompts. So for example, we can do something like this, and we can go to create a new article, and let's do this, convert to blog post. Okay, so let's wait a moment. Can you hear the music? Like, I don't know if it can be heard. Okay, so we got an error again. Let's see, what's the error? Yes. So let's see. This one's correct. Let's see this one. So we need to continue working on this. Let's see what's the best way to do it. We really need to solve this. Let's see. I don't understand why this was trimmed. So let's see. Let's see the database. So let's see if something else, okay. So let's see this article. Yes, that's crazy. I don't know why. So why is it giving me, like, why is it trimming this at this place? Like, you are expected to do, it stays there. So it says you're expected to, why is it, I don't know why is it trimming it in here. That's crazy. So let's see. Let me see. Let's see. Let's copy this. Why is, let's move my camera to the right, to the left. Why is the response being trimmed here? This is the full response. This is the full text. So I'm going to copy it from here and just copy everything. Okay, so let's ask the AI. Let's see if there's an issue in here. So it's telling me that there can be a response size limit. So let's see. Let's see. Let's add everything to the context and let's ask, does this code has a size limit? I'm using Nginx and PM2. Sorry, not this one. It's this one. Okay, so the same thing. Does this code has a size limit. I'm using Nginx and PM2. Okay. But it's not giving me an error. So PM2 itself doesn't impose limits on the request size, but it manages that Node.js prof. Okay. But I do have memory. I mean, this I'm pretty sure that this is working. It has enough memory, the server. I don't know if I need to work on this with Nginx. But I don't know, because it is being sent, like, it shouldn't have this error. Let's see. Okay, so let me see this in my server. Just going to move this because I don't want it to. Show something that maybe it's not. So let's see. Nothing came up. I need to solve this error. Like, what are different ways in which we can do it? I'm really like thinking on different ways in which we can solve this, like in the best way. Like, I don't know why is this not. Let's see. Could this be causing the error? But it was working, like. Okay. Yes, I think this is what's happening. I mean, let's see. Let's see. let's see in here. Let's look for the decoder. I don't know if this is something to be on. Does the decoder has a max size limit? Okay. Let's see. Let's try to do it in a different way. So instead of doing it in the client, we could try to do it in our server. So maybe I can change the logic, and instead of using the while loops, do it directly. So let's do it in that way. So for example, I'm going to make lots of changes into this to make it work. So in here, we are not going to use this while loop anymore. We are also not going to use this while loop. We are just going to have the value. Okay, so let's make the changes. So okay, so we are going to remove this. Okay. So we are going to remove this, remove this, remove this, and we are going to return this. Okay. Generate content and this content card. Okay, so this is this one and this is this one. Okay, that is the only thing that we're going to respond. So I'm going to comment this out. I'm also going to comment these ones out. All of these while loop all the way to, where is it, in here. Okay, so I'm going to comment all of this out. It's going to make easier to understand the code. We are not going to have the notifications in here. I mean, I really want them, but it's not required for this to work. It's something extra. So we need to make this type of decisions. If not, well, we're always going to be trying to like we are not going to be ready to launch and all of those things, right? So let's do first this to work without the notifications, and then let's try to add notifications in some different way. So just want to know. Okay. Okay. So So this one is getting the content from the generate content response. That's okay. And okay, I think that's going to make it. Okay, sorry, reader stream. We don't have reader stream anymore. So I need to work on that. So this is going to be response. So okay, so I need to get okay, I need to get this. So I need to make this. Now. I need this. And I'm going to remove all of those console logs. Okay. So this is going to be the response. This is the new response. So this is going to be in here. So I want to console log the response. Okay, let's see. So removed reader stream. Let's sync. Let's pull. Oh, sorry, I think you were not seeing what I was doing. So let me move myself in here. So basically what I did was removed this right to send notifications. I'm going to start this. So just to make me an article. So yes, I removed these right methods. Where are they? Right and right, response end and response end. I'm sending in everything as a response.json. And I also removed the while loops in here, and I changed it to, instead of using a reader stream, we're using the response, the full object of the response. So we are getting an error, and so that is something that we can do in here. Let's see how can. So let's see. Okay, so we have the error. Okay, so okay. So we're getting an error in here. Why? So that's strange. JavaScript 294. So now we can go to 294. So console log response. Okay, so this is the response. Okay, so let me see my local terminal. Let's ask it again. Okay, part union is required. Okay. null block. Okay. So let me see if I can do npm. Let's see if these ones work. Okay. 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 Okay, we make connection. Let's see. Okay. And what is the error that I'm getting in here? Part union is required. So let's work on this Gemini service. Okay. Let me see if I can do something in here with the environment variables. So let me open the environment. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I made some changes to the environment variables. I don't know if that's going to solve this issue, but we need to try. So, okay. So let's see. I don't know why is it happening here. So it says null block. Okay, so it says video transcript obtained. Video transcript obtained. Okay. So this null block is prompt and content type. Okay. So then we have video transcript obtained, signal sent, and then we have this error. Where is this error being generated? So I need to open Gemini service, line 32. Google model. Okay, so let me see. So Google, so just a moment. I do have it, so I don't know why is the error showing there. So okay. Let me see. Make me an article. Okay, so I think that is what's happening. That was on me. Sorry for that. So I think if I add this in here, so why is this not working? Okay, so we're still getting an error. Okay, so now let's see if I send this, make me an article. Okay, video transcript obtained, signal sent. Okay, so we are making some progress. Okay, so here we have the response. Why is the response not being, why I cannot see? Okay, so I have the response. Then I need, why cannot, okay, so this is the body. So now in here, so the issue can be in here. So let's see, let's go to Adonis documentation. Adonis docs, Adonis JS docs, 6 docs response JSON. So let's see. So for example, our response is return response.json. So let's see, return. So maybe if I do it just like this. Let's see. Let's test it. So as you can see, it's a combination of using AI, reading docs, to see what works for your, when you have some errors, right? I need more coffee. My one just ended. So hopefully you are finding useful things in this session. I know it's not what everyone streams or shares. I just really want to be honest and share everything that I'm going through while I'm developing, right? So okay, so why am I not getting, it says readable stream. Maybe I need to do something here. Let's see. Okay. So let's see, response. Let's console log the response. So it's console logging the response. So this is the response. Why does it says readable stream? Okay, so let's see other ways to return responses. So let's ask the AI something like, what's the structure to return a response in Adonis JS6? Let's see. So this is the one that I'm doing. This is another one. Let's see, let's apply this one. So let's see, ctx dot response dot json, but I need to add ctx in here. So let's do some vibe coding. I don't like this, but let's. Make me an article. So it's taking longer than what I was expecting, but I mean, it's part of the deal. When you're working on your own projects or any project that you like, you need to be able to continue pushing, and even things that seem pretty simple can give you errors or can not work. I don't know, like this is something pretty simple that for sure is something that I'm not seeing. So what, I don't know why it's not getting the body, like this should be in here. I don't understand, like let's ask him here. Why am I getting this response with no body and this error? Error. Okay, so it's telling let me move my camera so that you can read it with me. So it says form submission handling, stage request, response handling, error. Let's see, let's go to main. So, okay. Okay, so sorry for that. Yes, we need to parse this. So we're going to do it that as soon as we wait. So let's okay, so now I need to use response data everywhere where I'm using response. So this is going to be response data, okay? And I also need to change it in here. And here, yes. Let's see. Let's see if this solves the issue. I have faith. I think this is gonna work. So make me an article. I think this is gonna work. I really want to share how I'm struggling. Like I think lots of people lots of people share just the apps, and that it's really easy. Maybe it's easy for them, and it's easy if you you just need to dedicate it some time. And as you can see now, we don't have the error. This is working. So I told you it was something really easy that I wasn't seeing. So yes. Now let's see if this works in here. Okay. So let's move all of these to the. So I'm going to say something like processing response as JSON. So let's commit, let's sync the changes, and let's pull the changes in here. So like this, and let's try and do something. In here, let's reload this, and let's do something like make me an article. Okay. So let's see if this works. So this is the terminal. It obtained the video transcript. and it's generating the article. Okay, so we got an error. But this was already work, like. Okay. Okay, so maybe it didn't load the correct script. I'm going to continue making some tests with this. This is Markdown. We need to make it to work always with HTML, or at least give the user the option to use Markdown over HTML and make the workflows work in that depending on what they want to, what they prefer. We still need to work on this, like for example, what I just told you. But right now it's working. I'm going to continue testing this, and this is going to be all of this video. It was a session focused on bugs, solving easy bugs that can make you question yourself, like if you're going to be able to make it through this bug, and if you're a good developer, and all of those things that go through our mind. This is, I'm going to end this session right now, and thank you for being here. We're going to continue on next sessions with this app. Hopefully it's something that is helping you. If you want me to go deeper into something, please let me know, send me a message, leave me a comment, or get in touch however you like or however you want. And that's all in this session. Thank you for being here, and see you on the next one.